Some individuals move through life with a quiet grace. They seem to carry a wisdom that is not of their current years. You may notice it in their eyes, a certain depth, a knowing that is calm and profound. This is not merely intelligence or learned knowledge. It is something more. It is an echo of ancient understanding. These people often feel a sense of detachment from the fleeting dramas of the world. They observe with a patient heart. They listen more than they speak, and when they do speak, their words often carry a simple yet powerful truth that resonates deeply within you. This inner knowing does not come from ambition or a desire to be special. It is simply present. Like an old tree in a forest, these souls are rooted in something vast and unseen. They may not even be aware of why they feel this way. They might have felt different from a very young age. A sense of not quite fitting in with the priorities of their peers. This is not a failing, it is a sign of a different kind of awareness. An awareness that is tuned to a more subtle frequency. A frequency of being, rather than doing or having. You might find yourself drawn to such individuals. Their presence can be calming. It can feel like a safe harbor in a restless world. They do not offer quick fixes or loud opinions. Instead, they offer space. Space for you to connect with your own inner stillness. Their wisdom is not imposed, it is invited. It is a gentle reminder of the peace that already exists within you. This recognition of ancient wisdom in another, or perhaps within yourself, is a profound moment. It is an awakening to a different dimension of existence that is always available. This depth is not about age in the conventional sense. A young child can carry this ancient presence. An elderly person might still be caught in the surface currents of life. It is about the soul's journey, not the body's timeline. It is an inner maturity that transcends chronological years. This essay invites you to explore this concept of the old soul, to understand the depth that resides within certain individuals, and perhaps to recognize and honor that same timeless quality within your own being, finding peace in its quiet strength. The gaze of an old soul is often remarkable. It is not a stare, nor is it vacant. It is a look that seems to see beyond the surface, beyond the personality, the achievements, the social masks. It is a gaze that connects with the essence of another being. There is an inherent empathy in this look, a deep understanding of human suffering and human joy. This comes not from extensive personal drama in this lifetime, but from a deeper, accumulated knowing. A knowing that has been carried across time through many experiences. These individuals often possess a quiet confidence, not arrogance, but a settled assurance that comes from within. They are less likely to be swayed by popular opinion or fleeting trends. They have an internal compass. This compass guides them towards what feels true and authentic. They may seem reserved or introspective. This is because much of their energy is directed inward. They are comfortable with silence. They find solace in stillness. In a world that constantly demands attention, their ability to remain centered is a rare gift, offering a silent lesson to those around them. This inherent wisdom often manifests as patience, a remarkable ability to wait, to allow things to unfold in their own time. They understand that true growth cannot be forced. Like a gardener tending a seed, they trust the natural process. This patience extends to people as well. They are less quick to judge. They offer understanding where others might offer criticism. This does not mean they are passive. It means their actions come from a place of deeper insight, not reactive emotion. Their responses are measured, thoughtful, and often incredibly insightful. Feeling this sense of being an old soul can begin very early in life. A child might ask profound questions. They might display an unusual level of compassion for their age. They might prefer the company of older people or solitary activities. This is not a sign of abnormality. It is a sign of a soul that has arrived with a certain level of awareness already intact. They are here not so much to learn the basic lessons of human existence, but perhaps to refine them, or to share their quiet wisdom with a world that desperately needs it. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, spoke of individuation. This is the journey towards becoming your true self. It is a process of integrating all parts of your being, the conscious and the unconscious, the light and the shadow. For many, this journey is a central theme of life. Old souls often seem to be further along this path. Or at least, they are more consciously engaged in it from an earlier stage. They feel an inner pull towards authenticity, a deep need to understand who they truly are, beyond societal conditioning and expectations. Individuation involves looking deeply within. It requires courage to face the parts of ourselves that we might prefer to ignore. The old soul often possesses this courage, not as a heroic act but as a quiet necessity. They understand, perhaps intuitively, that true peace comes from wholeness, not from pretending to be perfect. This inner work is often done in solitude. It is a silent dialogue with the deeper self. It is about listening to the whispers of the soul. It is about acknowledging all that you are, with compassion and acceptance. Jung believed that the unconscious mind holds great wisdom. It speaks in symbols, in dreams, in intuitive flashes. Old souls are often more attuned to these subtle messages. They may have vivid dreams. They may experience strong gut feelings or moments of profound insight that seem to come from nowhere. This is the unconscious communicating, guiding them towards greater self-understanding and integration. This journey is not always easy. It can involve periods of confusion or discomfort, but the old soul senses that this inner exploration is essential for their growth. The process of individuation is not about becoming isolated, it is about becoming a more complete individual, so that you can relate to others and to the world from a place of authenticity and strength. An individuated person is less dependent on external validation. Their sense of worth comes from within. Old souls, through their natural inclination towards introspection and self-awareness, embody this journey. They are living examples of the quest for inner wholeness. Their presence reminds us that the most important journey is the one we take within ourselves. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, spoke extensively about reincarnation. He suggested that souls return to Earth many times. Each lifetime offers new lessons, new opportunities for growth. The concept of an old soul aligns beautifully with this perspective. An old soul, in this view, is one that has experienced many lifetimes. They have gathered wisdom and understanding through a multitude of experiences. This accumulated essence is carried forward. It shapes their present personality and their innate inclinations. Cayce believed that souls often choose their circumstances before birth. They choose their families, their challenges, their opportunities. This is done with a purpose. The purpose is to learn specific lessons or to fulfill certain karmic patterns. Old souls, having journeyed through many such choices, may arrive with a clearer sense of their purpose, or at least a stronger intuitive pull towards it. They might feel a deep calling towards a particular path or way of being. This is not ambition in the worldly sense, it is the soul remembering its intention. The idea of reincarnation can bring great comfort. It can explain feelings of deep connection to certain places or people. It can make sense of innate talents or fears that seem to have no origin in this current life. For an old soul, these whispers from before can be quite strong. They might feel a sense of familiarity with historical periods. Or they might possess skills that they seem to have learned with remarkable ease. These are echoes of past experiences, the soul's memory, stored deep within. This perspective does not mean that old souls have all the answers, or that they are free from challenges. Each lifetime presents its own unique curriculum. However, an old soul approaches these challenges with a different quality of awareness, a deeper understanding of the transient nature of difficulties, a greater capacity for resilience. They sense that life is a continuum, that this present experience is but one chapter in a much larger story. This understanding brings a profound sense of peace and acceptance, even amidst turmoil. Section 5. Perceiving a deeper reality, the world through an old soul's eyes. Old souls often perceive the world differently. They see beyond the surface appearances. They are less captivated by materialism or superficial pursuits. They are more interested in meaning, in connection, in authentic experience. The constant noise and rush of modern life can feel overwhelming to them. They are sensitive to energies. They can easily pick up on the emotional states of others and the atmosphere of a place. This sensitivity is a gift, but it also requires careful management. They may find beauty in simplicity, a quiet walk in nature, a meaningful conversation, the joy of creating something with their hands. These simple things hold more value for them than grand achievements or possessions. They are not driven by the need for constant stimulation. They find richness in stillness, in observation. They are often keen observers of human nature, noticing the subtle cues, the unspoken words, the hidden emotions. This perception allows them to connect with others on a deeper, more compassionate level. This different way of seeing can sometimes lead to a feeling of alienation. When your priorities are different from those around you, it can be challenging to find your place. Old souls might feel like outsiders looking in. They may struggle to understand the motivations behind certain common behaviors. The pursuit of fame, power, or excessive wealth can seem puzzling to them. Their focus is more on inner richness and spiritual growth. This is not a judgment of others, but simply a reflection of their own inner orientation. Yet this unique perception is also a source of great strength. It allows them to offer a different perspective, a voice of calm in the midst of chaos. They can see the bigger picture. They can sense the underlying currents beneath the surface events. This ability to perceive a deeper reality is not a curse, it is a calling to bring more awareness, more compassion, more stillness into a world that is often lost in distraction and superficiality. Their presence is a quiet reminder of what truly matters. Section 6. The Solitary Path. Challenges and Unique Experiences. Feeling older than one's chronological age brings unique challenges. Old souls often experience a sense of solitude even when surrounded by people. They may find it difficult to relate to the interests and concerns of their peers, particularly in youth. While others are exploring social dynamics or chasing fleeting excitements, the old soul might be grappling with existential questions or seeking deeper connections. This can lead to feelings of loneliness or being misunderstood. It is a path that often requires a strong sense of inner reliance. The world can feel too loud, too fast, too superficial for an old soul. They are sensitive beings. The constant bombardment of information, the pressure to conform, the emphasis on external validation can be draining. They may need more time alone than others to recharge and reconnect with their inner center. This need for solitude is not anti-social. It is a necessary act of self-preservation. It allows them to process their experiences and maintain their inner equilibrium in a world that often pulls them outward. Another challenge is the burden of understanding. Old souls often see through pretense. They perceive the underlying motivations and insecurities in others. While this can foster compassion, it can also be emotionally taxing. They may feel the pain of the world more acutely. They may carry a sense of responsibility for things they cannot control. Learning to establish healthy boundaries is crucial for their well-being. Learning to offer compassion without becoming overwhelmed by the suffering of others is a key life lesson. However, these challenges also forge incredible strength and resilience. The solitary path cultivates deep self-awareness. It fosters a rich inner life. Old souls learn to find contentment within themselves. They develop a profound capacity for empathy and understanding. Their unique experiences, though sometimes difficult, shape them into individuals of great depth and wisdom. They become beacons of quiet strength for those who are also seeking a more meaningful existence, showing that it is possible to walk a different path with grace. Section 7, The Information Age, a Catalyst for Inner Awakening. The modern world, with its unprecedented access to information, presents a unique landscape for old souls. Knowledge that was once hidden, or accessible only to a few, is now available at our fingertips. Ancient spiritual texts, teachings from diverse traditions, the insights of mystics and philosophers, all can be explored with ease. This accessibility can act as a powerful catalyst for the awakening process. It can validate the inner experiences and intuitive knowings that old souls have always felt. It helps them find words for what they have sensed deep within. For an old soul who has long felt different, discovering these resources can be like coming home. They realize they are not alone in their perceptions. They find connection with a global community of like-minded individuals. Online forums, virtual sanghas, and digital libraries create spaces for shared learning and support. This can significantly reduce feelings of isolation. It can accelerate their understanding of their own nature and purpose. The digital age, often criticized for its superficiality, can paradoxically offer profound pathways to inner depth. However, this abundance of information also requires discernment. Not all that is available is true or helpful. The old soul's innate wisdom and intuition become crucial guides. They must learn to navigate this vast ocean of knowledge, to select what resonates with their inner truth, to avoid being overwhelmed by conflicting ideas or dogmatic approaches. The goal is not to accumulate intellectual knowledge, but to find what nourishes the soul, what deepens their connection to presence and awareness in their daily lives. Ultimately, the modern accessibility to knowledge empowers old souls. It allows them to consciously engage with their spiritual journey in ways that were not possible before. They can compare traditions, find practices that suit them, and connect with teachers and communities across geographical boundaries. This accelerates not only their personal growth but also their potential to contribute their unique wisdom to the world. The information age, when approached with awareness, can be a powerful tool for the evolution of consciousness, helping these timeless beings to awaken more fully. Section 8, Guardians of Inner Stillness. The quiet responsibility. With deep inner knowing comes a subtle yet profound responsibility. Old souls often carry this sense of responsibility naturally, without it being a burden in the egoic sense. It is more like an inherent quality of their being. They feel a quiet imperative to hold a space of stillness and awareness in a turbulent world. Their very presence can be a calming influence. They may not seek to lead or to preach, but by simply being who they are, they anchor a different kind of energy, an energy of peace, presence, and quiet understanding. This responsibility is not about changing the world through grand actions. It is often expressed in small, everyday ways: a listening ear offered without judgment, a moment of genuine connection, a refusal to get caught up in drama or negativity. These seemingly minor acts ripple outwards. They contribute to a collective shift in consciousness, one quiet moment at a time. The old soul understands intuitively the power of presence, the power of simply being a still point in a turning world. This is their silent offering. They may also feel a responsibility to live authentically, to align their outer life with their inner values. This is not always easy in a world that often rewards conformity, but for the old soul, living out of alignment with their truth creates deep unease, so they strive, often quietly and persistently, to create a life that reflects their inner depth. This authenticity, in itself, is an inspiration. It shows others that it is possible to live with integrity, to honor the call of the soul, even when it means choosing a less conventional path. This quiet responsibility is not something to be taken on as a heavy weight. It is simply an unfolding of their true nature. Like a flower releases its fragrance, an old soul naturally emanates their wisdom and peace. The key is to remain connected to the source of that stillness within, to nurture their own inner well-being, so that they can continue to be a clear channel for that deeper awareness. Their greatest contribution is often not what they do, but the quality of consciousness they bring to whatever they are doing or not doing. Section 9. Honoring your timeless core, embracing depth in a fleeting world. In conclusion, to be an old soul is to carry a timeless core within. It is a depth of being that transcends the fleeting concerns of the surface world. In a culture that often glorifies youth, speed, and constant newness, this inner ancientness can feel out of place. Yet, it is a precious gift. It is a connection to something enduring, something real. Embracing this depth within yourself or honoring it in others is an act of profound wisdom. It is a recognition of what truly matters in the human experience. Do not be discouraged if your pace is slower, your interest deeper. Do not feel that you must conform to a world that often seems to run on superficiality. Your quiet strength, your intuitive insights, your capacity for empathy, these are qualities the world desperately needs. Your journey may be less about acquiring external accolades and more about cultivating inner peace and understanding. This is a valid and deeply meaningful path. Trust the wisdom that resides within you. It has been gathered over ages. Find ways to honor your timeless core. Seek out silence, connect with nature, engage in practices that nourish your soul. Spend time with those who understand and appreciate your depth. Read an old soul book. Share your quiet insights when the moment feels right. Your presence, your way of being is a contribution. It is a reminder to others that there is more to life than what meets the eye. That beneath the surface distractions, a profound stillness and wisdom await discovery in each of us. So, if you recognize yourself in these words, take heart. You are not alone. You are part of a quiet current of ancient wisdom flowing through humanity. Embrace your depth. Honor your journey. Let your inner ancient shine through your eyes, your words, your very being. In a world searching for meaning, your quiet presence is a beacon. It is a testament to the enduring power of the soul and the timeless wisdom that resides within us all, waiting to be awakened and lived.